In this video, we are going to create an image search application. If you read the requirement, create an application with the following features. The app will display a list of random images. It will also have a search input. When you search for anything, the image will change. That's what we need to do. We have an input and we have a collection of images visible here. Right now, it is a static. So it is just displaying the same image. In future, it is going to display other images. And here, this is my client ID. So here, if you go on to this URL, unsplash.com documentation, you'll see the documentation for how you can get data from there. And here it says your app. So I've already created a dummy app here called image search, and that is where I've got my client ID from. Now let's see how we can use the client ID. So when you click on this, you get to API documentation, and here it says the way to use it is you have the URL, then you say client ID is coming from here. So this is what our URL is going to be. So in our JavaScript, I'll just create a variable const URL, and that is going to be this URL. And we need to replace the access key with the real access key. So I'll copy it and paste it here. Now, if you take a look at our HTML, all we have is an input and a UL with images. And all we need to do is to put the images inside li and image and put it inside here. So let's just do that first. First thing, we are going to check this URL that we have created using client ID. I'll copy this and paste it here. Do we get access to data? Yes, we do. So it's an array of object, and here we'll get access to all the information. So first thing we are going to do is fetch data, right? So we are going to call fetch, and we also need to pass URL. So we already have URL variable, and we also need to pass success handler. If you remember, in our previous exercise, we have created a function called fetch that accepts URL and success handler, and that success handler gets access to the response in the form of JSON. So here we'll create a function. That function is going to get access to images, and all we need to do is for each images, so we'll say images.forEach will get access to image info, and for each image we need to create li. So we'll say li create element li. Similarly, we'll create image, and we need to change the property of image by saying image.src is going to be. So we will get access to this object. This object has URLs property, so we'll be like image.urls. And which one do you need to access? Because we are displaying it in a smaller format, it would be good to just have access to thumb or small. So let's go for thumb. So .thumb. This will give us the URL of the image. And after doing that, what we will do, we'll just say li.append image. And we need to append all these li inside this ul. So we'll select this ul here. So we'll create another variable. We'll say root is going to be query selector, and here images. Done. Now here we'll just say root.append the li. One another thing that we also need to do is to clear the root when we are running this function. So we'll say root.innerHTML is going to be empty. Now when you refresh it, you can see that we are able to see different images here, right? So it is working for us. The only thing we need to do now is whenever you search for anything, I need to fetch some data. So it can work in multiple ways. You can search on each keystroke, or you can search when user presses enter. And that is what makes sense to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the input element similar to how we have done it here. We'll call it search element, and it is coming from input because on this page there is only one input. So we'll go ahead, add event listener. So we'll say search element.add event listener. We are listening for type key down or key up. And whenever that happens, you have to call the function handle search. So handle search function is going to get access to event object, and here we are going to check if event.keycode is going to be 13, And you also can check if search element dot value is a truthy value. If that is the case, then we are going to fetch some other data. But to fetch the data based on some text, we will have to look at the documentation. So here let's just go for search. So when you search for the word search, you'll see to search you have to pass query here. So the way you do that is api.unsplash.com/search/photos. You pass page or also pass query. That is what we need to pass here. So we'll copy this URL from here. We'll create another URL and that will be search URL. So it is api.unsplash.com/search/photos. We don't need page. We just need query is equal to this, and we just need to search with this client ID. So we will copy this information from here and we'll paste it here. As soon as we refresh it, you can see, so it will give us images with the keyword office here. But this one is a variable, so it will be a problem. So why not make it a function then? And that function will get access to query and will replace that with the query that we get. So here, instead of just office, we are going to replace that with the query that we'll get. Now let's see how we are going to use it. So inside this function, the first thing we are going to do is to fetch with what? We need to fetch with a URL. But to get the URL, we will have to call this function. So let us make this function to be get search URL. That sounds better. So here we'll call get search URL, and what are we going to pass as query? So we will pass whatever is inside search element dot value. So that will be our first parameter. The second parameter is going to be the success handler, and that is going to be a function, and that function is going to change the image. So here if you take a look at it, this function is doing the same thing. So why not move this function somewhere else and call it function display images, and that function will get access to images and we don't need it here. And now here, instead of calling it like this, we'll just call it by saying call display images. You'll get access to images and then you can loop over it and do this. Similarly, we are going to do the same thing here. We'll just say display images. And I think this should work. Let's save it. Now let's go ahead and test it. We'll refresh it here. We can see that initially it is displaying different images. We'll search for mountains. Press enter. And we don't see anything. Let's see what is happening. So it is saying images.forEach is not a function. So what is fetch returning from here? So let's look at network and we'll take a look at the network request that it is making. So we'll press enter again, and here you can see it is 200. So when you look at response, you can see it has total pages, and it has a result. And we are not sending that result here. So that is the difference between fetching data initially and fetching data here. So we can see that the problem is that in the first case, we are getting data directly like this as an array, but in the second case, we are getting data as an object. Inside that, we have a key results, and that is what we need to display here. And that is the problem that is happening. So here, this is working perfectly fine. The problem is happening here. So when we are calling display images, we need to call it with special variable. So what we will do, we'll just wrap it into a callback function, and here we'll call display images. And this function will get access to search result, and search result will have a property that is results. So we'll call display images with results. Now let's see if it is working or not. Refresh it. In the starting, all the images are visible. We need to search for mountains. Press enter, and what do we see? So here we see images only of mountains. What we can also do is, like, as soon as you press enter, we can delete these mountains from here. So let's just do that. So here we'll say search element dot value should be equal to empty. Refresh it. Search for watch. Press enter. We'll see all the watch, and here it is empty. You can search for tech. Press enter. We have the different images here. So now this app is working properly. So here we have a URL variable that contains URL. Then we have get search URL, that is a function that gets access to query and create and returns a string based on this query. We have multiple elements here. We are using the same function we used earlier. And here, as soon as key up happens on search element, we are going to call handle search. And if the key code is 13 and there is some value inside search element, we are going to fetch data. So one thing that was happening here is in one case, the data was coming as an array. In another case, it was coming as an object. And that's why we had to do something like this here. But the best part was we were able to use display images in multiple conditions because of this paradigm. So in this way, we have completed this exercise.